Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a collective reading because I have been asked to do, by my own guides, by my own intuition, to do a reading in regards to the election of the new Pope, Leo XIV. Um, and so, because the message is really clear and it's talking about not just the essence of the new Pope and what he's bringing to all of us, but also the moment of the announcement, the official announcement of the new Pope, in regards to how the crowd was reacting, which is here. So, because this is a collective reading, I am doing it with my big combined deck of tarot cards and astrological oracle cards. So, you see both of them in your reading today, although there are only tarot cards here in this part. Which, as I always say, whenever I see in the collective readings in particular just tarot cards, it feels like it wants to be a very plain, very straightforward message without any room for potential misunderstandings or confusion or any unnecessary information coming through. It's almost like, just one language, because to me, this deck, combining the two cards, the two, the tarot and the oracle, it's almost like combining two languages. So when I see only tarot cards, to me, this is, in a very simple language, the message being sent out. There are big energies here with three major arcana: the sun, the star, and strength, which is the Leo card ending this spread, which is talking about the power that we're going to feel in due time if we have the eyes and the awareness, the consciousness to perceive it. So yeah, let's just dive into this, because I feel like the more I ramble, it's like more information is going to come. So maybe it's just best to stick with the message that it is in the cards. And we'll see. We'll go from there. So we're beginning with the Seven of Wands. And this is talking about the crowd, the expectation of the crowd, the gathering of people, the energy that was being felt in St. Peter's Square. And all of the emotion, all of the potent vibration of, people coming together for this announcement. So it's beautiful because I feel like there is some sort of almost like this harmony. And, I wasn't there. I didn't even watch the announcement on the TV. I only came to know about the election, a little bit after. So I didn't actually witness, live the vibration of it. But this is the sense that I have from this card, and it's almost like, and now my crown chakra is tingling. It's almost like perhaps being there, or being a part of this crowd that had some sort of expectation for this announcement, was creating this harmony in the collective, which is being here symbolized by the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles has a lot in it, because at the same time that is talking about the harmony that was naturally coming into place, among the people that were there. But it's also talking about it's like all of the potential that the new Pope has to bring together people. This card symbolized this, it's almost like this zipper effect. It's like this bringing people together that came up in one of the recent readings that I did. I can't remember which one. I think it was the Pisces reading or the Aquarius. But either way, it's just talking about bringing people together. And in this reading in particular, the image that I'm seeing here with the Six of Pentacles is a very long rectangular table where, it's not a very wide or a very big table. It's just enough for people to feel close to one another, sitting in front of each other, but in a way that there is proximity. And I feel like this is kind of like the potential for this new pope to accomplish, this possibility of maybe leaders to come together in conversation, sitting on the same table. And this is something that is like part of the harmony that the crowd, by vibrating in a certain frequency, is already creating or has been creating even before the official announcement. And it's funny because with the Three of Wands that it's coming next, the Three of Wands is right underneath the Seven of Wands, which is the opening. This card is pointing to a few key people present in the crowd. So actual people who were there. I was thinking about like the number 3, right? Which is to me the number of co-creation. So very key people present in that square that day were co-creating this order. It's almost like this new order that is way more harmonious, way more fair, that enables this potential that the Pope already has. I was watching The Choice of the Name, and the number 14 in particular, which in the tarot is the Temperance card. And I was actually, expecting to see the Temperance here, because whenever I thought of this new Pope, this image of the 14th major arcana came to mind. And if I didn't separate this card, I should have perhaps, but anyways, if you've seen the Temperance card from my own deck, you know that there is, there are 2 cups, which I often talk about as the major 2 of cups, right? This higher level of the 2 of cups. So, this sharing of wisdom, this sharing of higher knowledge from one cup to the next. And I feel like, with patience, right? With precision, right? With care, with mindfulness. And to my surprise, when I discovered that the new Pope was born on the 14th of September, so being a Virgo, precision, right? This mindful touch is his essence. However, there is kind of like the stir, right? Because the Temperance is the card for Sagittarius, which is able to reach, the whole globe, right? Talking about like breaking through frontiers and boundaries and bringing people together, right? And it's just so intertwined. It's like the beauty of how this election has occurred, and what we're just going to start seeing the unfolding of all of this. But specifically here, it's like these ones, whomever they are, maybe we know somebody that was there, maybe we know some public figure that was there. Whomever comes to mind, I have a few people who, were very emblematic being there. Mattia Di Stefano for one, right? So, but anyways, it's like maybe like actual people, friends or family members who were there. But I want to say there were a few key co-creators among the crowd that were helping to bring order, to facilitate this potential that already lies within the essence of the Pope being a Virgo, being the one who knows how to organize relationships, bringing people together, even if, they are spread apart or polarized, right? It's like bringing together these pairs, which is interesting because later on you're going to see how almost like 2 polar opposites are actually being brought together. So it's like the extremes are going to be like course corrected, let's say, or seen from another angle, because the Sun coming next, this is having the eyes to see, this is having the awareness, this is having the consciousness to see the bigger picture. So, you know, before the sun, we only have minor arcana, right? So it's almost like this is the vibration, the initial stir, but like a harmonious stir in the collective, so that it's kind of like the Christ consciousness. And I'm almost like reluctant to say that, because I feel like each individual is going to have a different perspective of that, which is supposed to be so, because it's like each individual brings a ray of light to this bigger collective. You see what I mean? So it's like whatever you understand by Christ consciousness, that is perfect. That is the truth. It's a piece of the truth. So the Ace of Swords actually being followed by another ace, which is the Ace of Cups. So talk about new beginnings, but not for those who are, you know, rational or logical or mentally driven or skeptical even, right? It's like it's for the mind, but it's also for the heart. And, you know, whatever direction we saw, almost like it's kind of like defying this absolute truth. It's like there is not just one direction to go by within this understanding of the Christ consciousness. It's like there is this multiplicity of perspectives, and when we unite, right, when we come together, sitting at the same table, you know, seeing eye to eye, it's almost, and seeing eye to eye is something that is here, right, with the strength coming later on at the end. But it's like we are going to be almost like instigated to have a broader perspective that goes beyond just the mind or just the feeling. It's not just how we think about this truth or how we feel about the truth. It's about bringing the two together, right? It's like this mental and a heartfelt coherence. It's like mind, heart, coherence. That is the frequency that the crowd has been, you know, almost like by just coming together, it's like it has been facilitating, allowing this reordering to happen, this harmonious reordering to happen, incremented, I want to say, by, you know, maybe this, it's almost like this presence, but co-creators of this new reality, this new beginning where mind and heart are in alignment, right? They are in conversation. Things are on track. I often say that the Six of Pentacles to me is the symbol for this train moving on track. So whomever these people are, it's like they are like conscious co-creators. They are among those who were there, you know, waiting for this announcement. But specifically these ones, because the Three of Wands is, right, the card that comes before the sun, it's like these ones have the eyes to see. It's almost like they have a bigger perspective to recognize and include all of the possibilities, all of the sunlight, all of the rays. So it's almost like all of the truthful and heartfelt ways of understanding this Christ consciousness, right? This source of light, divine light, I want to say, because it's the major arcana. And because it's the Ace of Swords followed by the Ace of Cups, and because the Ace of Swords is right underneath the Six of Pentacles, the way that I was seeing this, it's almost like this new Pope is not just able to bring people together, just like allowing them to actually sit in front of each other, because it's almost like bringing people that are either, you know, on the mental side or on the feeling side, the emotional side, together face to face, right? It's like literally face to face. This is how I'm feeling this. But it's like this truth just pierces through, and it's like the ones who are able to perceive this bigger picture are going to understand that actually this soul truth, it's like the truth of truths is always love. And if this is not understood, it's like truth will always be seen in a distorted way, or in an incomplete way, or in a way that is it's not bringing this wholeness, this wholeness vision. It's like the sense of like this completion, right? It's like it's always going to be missing something. So this piercing of this truth always leads back to love, right? It's almost like if we think that these two are going in polar opposite directions, so it's like, people separating and splitting instead of coming together. It's like this is the moment, this is the new beginning. It's like instead of separating, it's like this new pope is like going to bring together so that we have this mind-heart coherence, so that instead of doing this, you see, because the Ace of Swords is pointing up and the Ace of Cups is pointing down, instead of distancing themselves, it's almost like this, right? It's like this correction of time, because now I'm seeing this as an hourglass. So it's almost like this is the moment where the heart and the mind are in alignment, right? It's like they are coming closer and closer together, because people who were, on the extreme sides of, thought or approach to politics or whatever, or religion or science, it's like they are coming together in conversation with the awareness of this bigger picture of what true Christ consciousness is, right? And maybe these key people are going to be among these ones, right? Part of the conversation. So, but they needed to be in the crowd, right? Because they needed to feel this order, right? This frequency that was reorganizing itself. And so when I saw already the two aces, I already had this sense of renewal, right? And of course, there is a new pope, so a new cycle is beginning. So the newness is here, but it's not just for the mind or those who are mentally driven, but it's also for these people, right? It's like it's uniting both, right? So here we're ending with these two major arcana that actually turned together. So the strength was right after, underneath the star, which is gorgeous because the star is Aquarius and the strength is Leo. And, as soon as I knew that the new Pope chose his name to be Leo, right, the lion, and it's interesting because in Portuguese it's called Leão, which it's the same word for both, the animal and the zodiac sign. In Portuguese, it's the same name. In English, there is this distinction, right? So the animal is the lion and the astrological sign is Leo. Although there is this connection, right? Of course, that's the reason why this symbol is here, right? But it was interesting for me because, right now, and, if you've watched anything about, the new age of Aquarius, and in particular to Matthias Stefano talking about how, we are, in this 12,000 year cycle after this age of Leo, that was the age of Atlantis and all of that. It's like we are course correcting like this very ancient cycle. So it felt to me like we're entering the age of Aquarius with somebody that is completely aware of the essence, the starlight, this sunlight, this source of, Christ consciousness that actually ties back to a much, much, much older cycle, right? So connecting the two ages, but in a way that is... it's like it's being divinely guided, right? So I want to say that with these two cards, the election of this new pope, even though it might have happened in a conclave, by cardinals, by which, by the way, right, if we think of cardinals as like the points in the the compass, right? It's like steering the way, right, for our collective consciousness. It's like, but if we have now this course correction, we understand that this compass can only point towards the truth of the heart. It's like these two directions, they are not ambiguous or paradoxical or going in separate directions, but actually they are going to the same truth, which is, the center of the heart, right? And so, and meeting in the middle with the awareness that there is this point of convergence, right? And so it feels like the election actually was divinely guided. This is the feeling that I have. And I feel like even saying those words it's like it's very it's like we don't even have the full comprehension of actually what happened. It's almost like maybe in the future, because as I said, the strength card was behind the star. It's like the stars chose him. These divine beings, these cosmic forces were the actual ones who, lit his star brighter, right? It was it's like the consciousness of the collective, because it's like the multiplicity of rays, right? Remember that it all started with the strength of the crowd, right? The expectation of the crowd organizing itself in such a harmonious way, coming together, specifically because of key people inside the crowd with this Christ consciousness, or with this sense of personal light, very illuminated, right? It's like this sense of complete awareness of, the importance of this moment. But really, it's like, the two sources of light, right? The sun and the star. So it's like the star of this Pope shone brighter to the point that it's like it was just an obvious choice. It was just like the beautiful harmonious combination of, these two polar opposites, right? Leo and Aquarius. But at the same time that these two opposites come face to face, it's like this is when we realize that there is this complementary energy moving on, right? The same thing that I was talking about here, between the heart pointing down and the arrow pointing up. So it's like this infinite loop, right? This hourglass, that it is time for this harmonious meeting to happen, right? It's time for this new age of Aquarius to begin, to start off. But it's like from the point that we left it, right? It's like with the clues that we left for this moment in time, right? It is time for this bigger cycle to be carried forward, but with awareness, with the Christ consciousness, right? In the minds of the collective, but being personified by this one, by the one who carries the strength, right? That is in the heart, right? But it's also somebody that knows the truth that lies in the heart space. So there is this realignment, I feel like, and that's the reason why he's been chosen, essentially. So it's like this noble leader, right? This sovereign leader that rules from the heart space with, courage and bravery, but also like this, it's like this understanding that the truth lies within the heart space. So I feel like there is a lot more to be seen, to be witnessed, but I want to say that, overall, ever since the announcement, I have a feeling in my heart that, even though I don't go to church, or, I have been baptized, but, I never read the Bible, for instance. So it's not something that is part of my personal story. But either way, the Pope is this significant leader, right, for the collective consciousness. So I feel very, very hopeful. I don't know about you, but, and, please do share in the comment section your feelings, your insights, or your intuition in regards to this election of the new pope, and you know what you feel about it. But please just be mindful of your words. This is, you know, an open space, and I welcome you to share your thoughts, but just be respectful and, you know, just think before you write anything. Yeah, because remember, we're part of the collective, and it's like, what is the intention of this frequency? What is our part in, you know, sharing a little bit of, you know, this consciousness of this this Christ consciousness, right? What is our part in it? What is the truth that lies within our heart space? So I am going to pull more cards to see where this wants to go next. And also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.